Peace, family. It's your friendly neighborhood psychologist, Dr. Milo Dodson. As multiculturalism is a primary pillar of being a counseling psychologist, we often talk about social justice advocacy and showing up for others. In his mind, Jay-Z thought that he was being an advocate, but from my perspective, he got it wrong. So I think it could be helpful to intentionally share and highlight some of the common missteps and shortcomings in social justice advocacy. Now, by no means is this an exhaustive list, just a couple points here. And I'm going to intentionally share 7 specific points in honor of Brother Colin. First of all, you don't advocate for others without first checking in with them to collaboratively ask what would be helpful. To me, Jay-Z's actions here were like a failed attempt at a takeover part 2. He just barged in and told Colin, "You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song." Advocating is about using your power and your privilege to benefit those who are more vulnerable and underserved. Colin sacrificed everything by peacefully protesting. Jay-Z did not. In fact, he profited off of Colin's sacrifice. Jay-Z could have went anywhere else if his intentions were really about continued social justice, because look, he told the league his damn self, "You need me, I don't need you." Advocacy is about service for others, not profit margins. In the course of advocacy, regardless of how many amazing previous projects that we've worked on, we will step in it. And to be honest, I've stepped in it a couple times myself, and I have enough humility to acknowledge that even though I made a statement out of good intentions, it could still have a negative impact. Now, what Jay-Z did was not move forward with cultural humility, but instead started to dismiss and become defensive about the feedback that he started to receive. You know, I'm reminded of a line from Jay's latest album when he said, "Let me alone, Becky." But nah, bruh, just like that line, this advocacy work is about recognizing and owning our own shortcomings and seeing what role we played in them, not trying to put the responsibility or accountability on somebody else. Own it. It's historically inaccurate and just sad, really, to make a statement that undermines the previous social justice work that's already been done before you even got to the table. For Colin, Eric, Kenny, and Albert to take a knee and peacefully protest police brutality sounds like a pretty damn big action item to me, especially considering that research shows that getting shot by the police is a leading cause of death for Black men in America. Finally, I want to share a quote from Lila Watson that should not only guide and ground our social justice work, but also show us the difference in helpful and not so helpful approaches to advocacy. "If you have come to help me, you are wasting your time. If you have come because you recognize your liberation is tied up with mine, then let us work together." And so as we continue to work together, family, my hope for you is that you remember to love and be loved.